Are you a new or new-ish piano teacher, or maybe just one that needs a bit of a refresher on lesson planning? In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 mistakes that I see new piano teachers and more experienced piano teachers making when it comes to planning their piano lessons. Mistake number 1 is just not doing it. A lot of piano teachers think that it's just not possible to do effective lesson planning for their piano lessons. The reason they think this is because we take each student as they come, and we need to be able to adapt to what that student needs in the moment and whether they've practiced and whether they haven't. And that is all true, but that absolutely does not mean that you can't plan lessons or that you shouldn't. It is really important to put plans in place, however simple, so that you know where your student is going, you can make their lessons more effective, and you can make them more efficient. You can use your time better if you plan lessons carefully in advance. The second mistake I often see teachers making is that they plan in categories. By this, I mean that teachers are thinking, okay, I've got my improvisation part of the lesson, then I've got my reading part, then I've got the practice part, and then I've got scales, and they're all in these separate boxes. Those things exist, but they need to interlink, and they need to flow into each other in a real lesson. So if your planning is going to be effective and you're going to make the best use of your lesson time, you need to stop thinking about those separate categories and start thinking about connecting the dots and about them all as being moving parts and tools to teach about the other things. For example, if you're going to be introducing a new piece to your student, you can improvise some of the concepts in that. You can take scales that are from that piece. You can explore theory concepts that are relevant to that new piece and what's coming up. So it's not about disjointed, separated parts of a lesson that you have to cram into only a few minutes at a time because there are so many different parts. It's about using the tools you have available to you to teach the things that you need to teach your student in an integrated way. Well, I'm being a bit tongue-in-cheek here, haven't I? Because I told you have to plan, I told you need to think about this flow of a lesson, and now I'm telling you not to stick to the plan. What's going on? The thing is that some teachers, because they've put all this effort into planning, think that the lesson needs to go exactly to plan, or the lesson plan is worthless. And that's just not true. Part of the lesson planning process is about your preparation and your understanding of the student learning process. Going through that planning, whether you use everything on the plan or not, is valuable. And if you need to throw it out the window, you need to throw it out the window. That's fine. It doesn't mean you didn't learn from it. It doesn't mean your student didn't benefit from it. Every time you plan a lesson, you learn something new, even if you end up ignoring that plan once you get into the lesson itself. You learned that that bit wasn't relevant or that you had to do something different. And sometimes, even though you planned something that was effective, it just wasn't right for that student and there's no way you could have known. That doesn't mean it wasn't worthwhile, and it is absolutely fine to throw it out the window when you need to. So, don't stick too closely to your lesson plans, but still do the planning and know that it is valuable. So that's it. 3 simple tips, 3 simple mistakes that you can avoid when you're planning your piano lessons. Let me know your lesson planning mistakes, or whether you plan lessons at all, or whether you've come across some other issues that you want help with in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe to the channel while you're here and hit the like button on this video so that other piano teachers find out about this content.